States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God. Ways in which we can better control and limit and requirements that we can place on those companies working in the right of way. If they're getting awfully crowded, we need to make sure that they're placed in the proper locations, et cetera. And so you'll see that coming back to you shortly. The Trail SRT was submitted today to the state, so hopefully hear back soon on that. And we'll have an ESA on the 3 intersections to move forward with here shortly as well. I was contacted by that group, I'm not going to say it correctly, veterans group out of Fort Madison, 2x4 for veterans, something, I apologize, something to that effect, looking to do a home in the community. So I pointed in the direction of a couple locations. Zoning, Kelly and I completed our review. We're sharing that with Bolton and Mink, and then we'll have a follow-up conversation and get that wrapped up and back to council as soon as possible. West Burlington School District, 5 p.m. on the 15th, joint session. Discussion.
Here, right?
I'm sorry?
Here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Work session. And then, if you haven't seen it, Civic Connection newsletter, second version, the one in cooperation with the City of Burlington, went out today as well. So, encourage you to check it out. That's all for tonight.
Thank you. Chase?
Local boring just finished all their tie-ins and water line hookups yesterday, so it's all finished. All I got to do is backfill and clean up areas and do some concrete work, and they'll be done. And then Penn's Landing, talked to Phi yesterday, and it sounds like they're going to start tearing down that old house probably in the next week or so. And then just doing 4th of July stuff, so that's all I got.
Okay. I know 4th of July will keep you busy. So.
Yep.
Jesse?
One thing with the police department, in connection with F&M Bank, we've been having a weekly competition at the pool at 1 o'clock with SRO Shane Campbell. They have some games and things for kids. Last week they did charades off the diving board. This week I think they did the limbo at the pool. So we still got a couple more weeks of that. So we're having F&M Bank has some gifts that they're giving the kids, and at the end of the year we'll pick a overall winner and give them a prize free gift certificate to the concession stands and some other things that they have. So it's been fun. I missed it today, but I was there last week. And then of course for the fire department, we got our pancake breakfast. Be there. We start at 6. Show up early and expect for a long line if you get there late.
Okay, thank you.
Will you have any to-go breakfast?
Yeah, we have to-go breakfast. If anybody wants to stop by, we can get it for you, and you can take it home.
And free delivery?
You're pushing it.
Anything from you, Kelly?
I do have some numbers for the pool. We have total daily admissions so far this year of 5,652. Total admission revenue, 32,932. Total concession revenue, $20,803. So total sales for both, 53,736. We compared it to 2024 just because last year's late opening, and at the same time we were at 45,316. So a little bit so far.
Good attendance, I think. Anything from either finance or building, Greg?
Not tonight, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, well, we'll move on to our council reports. I'm going to leave Andy last, I think.
You,
Nothing tonight.
Okay. Therese?
Oh, well, let's talk about the bike races. That will be on the 4th of July. registration starts at 8, and we have shut off the online registration because there's a snag between online and then it getting to me that there's a delay and people get upset. So the online is turned off, but we have a lot of registration forms available of the day of the race. We'll start taking registrations at 8 and races will start at 9. I've got Gatorade and water, plenty for that day. And I love doing this bike races with the Bickles. They give up their holiday morning to come out and spend with us and have a great time. And we'll have judges of Greg and our chief and our mayor handing out the medals for first and second, third place. So it'll be a fun day.
And I encourage the kids to do that and stay hydrated at the same time. So,
Oh, and also, sorry, most
okay.
important part is that when you sign up for registration for the bikes, you also have, we have a drawing for 4 bikes total, 2 small bikes, 2 big bikes, boys and girls, so that, you know, you come and race and sign up for the drawing, the raffle, and we'll see who wins by 6 o'clock that
We
evening.
do it 7.
You do it at 7?
We do it while we're waiting for the bullfrogs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we still had helmets too, if people don't have helmets.
We have a few left.
I think we had a few left, right?
We'll have some free helmets then.
Sounds good. All right, I'll go down. I'll skip Andy and go to you.
Charge the parade, and it looks like we got about 40-plus entrants so far, so we can take some more. So you can call in, you can call me, you know, you can go online, or just come in the, you know, here at the chamber, and they've got the form right there, but we still got plenty of time if more interest. And we'll take them at the same day, too. We'll always make room. Look forward to it.
Tony? Tony?
Nothing tonight.
Nothing? Okay, well, Andy, it's yours.
3 things. Number one, I just want to thank our sponsors again. A few new ones that have come in since the last time. Casey's, Cut Ups, and then again to thank First Mid, being new to our area, them going ahead and stepping up and continuing to support as our largest donator every year. That's pretty big, and it allows a lot of this to happen. Along with Deary Brothers, who've always been the stage sponsor and have been for, I think, 20 years now. So just thank you to all of our sponsors and everybody that buys raffle tickets that allows this to happen. And then everybody that volunteers, every single person at this table, and a lot of others as well. It makes my life a lot easier being able to hand things completely off to people I trust. So thank you all very much. And then we haven't talked about the Grand Marshal this year, who is Hans Trausel. Hans and I did not always see eye to eye politically, but he's served our city for decades. I think I was in high school, I think, when he was already mayor. So he served as mayor forever and a day and served at our school forever and still serves today on our airport board. And there's probably not a seat that he hasn't volunteered for. So I'm glad to be able to honor him as the Grand Marshal this year. So I hope you'll watch the parade and honor him as well.
Thank you. Do we have a plan B in case the weather is uncooperative with this?
We'll shift around. And we were just talking about that a little bit, but if we get some rain during some parts and lose some parts, we'll announce it. Facebook's probably the easiest way for us to announce things. But we'll do everything we can. If there is some scattered showers, we might lose an event or two, but hopefully they'll go around us like normal and we'll have a great day.
Yep. Thank you. Have a community report, I believe. Self-Reliance Group presentation.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jocelyn Gonzalez Williams. I grew up here in Burlington, went away for school, came back, and had the opportunity to grow and develop a local nonprofit. So, if any of you are familiar, Self-Reliance has an office just down a ways, block over. However, my work is more community-based. And one of the larger developments that we've had over the past couple of years is our support of veterans. We've done a lot in the area. One of the things that I'd like to note before we get into this event being the establishment of the Veterans Free Care Resource. and that is funded by the city of Burlington, and it was advocated in partnership with the South Alliance Group as well as Des Moines County Veterans Affairs. So, if you are not already aware, any veterans living in Burlington and West Burlington can ride the city bus anywhere in town free of charge. That's a great resource, especially looking at this upcoming event, because we are going to be hosting the regional Southeast Iowa Veterans Stand Down. It's going to occur on Friday, July 24th, a few short weeks away, and we are so excited to have an outstanding show of support committed to attend and participate on site. We have individuals from the highest level up in Washington, D.C., at the Office of Rural Engagement for the VA, including Todd Jacobus, the current Commandant for the State of Iowa Department of Veterans Affairs. And also, we understand the importance of keeping it local and connected to your roots. So, all 4 contiguous counties here in Southeast Iowa, those being Des Moines, Lee, Henry, and Louisa, county veteran service officers will also be on site. And all those individuals named will be giving revolving live presentations on site at the Burlington Memorial Auditorium. So if you know any veterans, that is going to be a great resource in and of itself, because we'll have federal, state, and local resources there to connect veterans with anything that they need. Now, the focus of the nonprofit and our community mission is centered around health, and specifically health equity. So we had run this event last year. It was our first attempt, which is why we're so excited to have a great show of support this year. But I think the 250 has something to do with it too. So last year we hosted it, and we really prioritized direct healthcare services. We were excited to host physical, mental, and dental services on site, which we are bringing back again this year. So including veterans, but not exclusive. Anybody in our community can attend on site and receive any of those direct healthcare services at the event. In addition, I communicated with Mr. Logan, and I think I messed up in my email. I said, hello, Logan.
That's all right.
Hello, Jesse. We are also hosting a first responders mental health panel, and that's going to be held over the lunch hour during the day of this event. So we have a couple confirmed participants, including Montrose Police Department and Burlington Police Department. I'm still conducting outreach and trying to touch base. Obviously, we know our first responders aren't only law enforcement, so we've been reaching out to emergency medical services as well as fire departments in the contiguous counties. We're hoping to get some more commitments on site for that specific panel, but we're excited to have that panel moderated by the Vet Center leader for the Quad Cities. Is anybody here familiar with the Vet Center? It's a bit obscure, so it's not surprising. It's a VA-funded mental health resource, and it's mobile. So last year, they brought their big truck down to the Westland Mall where we had this event last year, and they were bringing veterans out into like a privacy-protected, enclosed area where they were able to speak with other veterans who had experienced similar experiences, service experiences, about some of the things that they're struggling with. So he is going to be the individual leading and moderating that panel, which takes a load off of my shoulders, because while I know it's going to be great to have the experience and the wisdom and the bravery of our local first responders telling their stories, I didn't feel comfortable leading that myself. So I was super excited that Joe Layden volunteered to do that, and he's actually modeling it off of a similarly structured event that was hosted in Geneseo. I think it's kind of close to the Quad Cities. Is there anything that I'm missing? So obviously, as you can see, there's tons of collaboration. We're so excited to partner with the 4 contiguous counties for the Veteran Service Officers, as well as all those other organizations listed. In the coming weeks, I will be spreading information about the local businesses that have sponsored financial donations for this event. We will also be hosting breakfast and lunch free of charge for all attendees. And I'm super excited to announce lunch is going to be catered by Fat and Sassy Barbecue, which is a local veteran business. So, there's a lot going on. There's a bunch of resources. My charge and task over the next couple of weeks is spreading the word as much as I can. So I'm here today introducing you to the Self-Reliance Group a little bit, some of our other work in the community to support veterans, but primarily this event. I would love it if you could spread it within your networks, encourage people to attend, and if you have any questions, I will take them now.
Okay, question, you said is this based most on contributions from businesses and local governments that assist you on it?
Yeah, so as a local nonprofit, we're funded by like 4 different sources. Grants, we did get some grants to support this event, one of which being from the Iowa Commission of Veterans Affairs. Because we had touched base with Todd Jacobus, he said, "You're running a stand down in Southeast Iowa, you need some money." So he said, "Put together an application, I will bring it in front of the commission, the state commission." And we got that approved back in April at the last board meeting. So we got a big grant award for this event from them. And then, yes, most of all the other funding is local businesses sponsored.
Is that a direct impact on the local veterans you guys do on a weekly basis with this contribution on mental health and physical health?
What are you asking?
I mean, on your contribution, other than the veteran stand down, or you're also assisting veterans on a daily basis then too, that come for assistance there?
At Self-Reliance?
Yes.
If
Or
they are
get a
seeking
referral?
those services, yes.
Yeah, okay.
In addition to the free bear resource and this regional event that we host annually, we've also developed a program called Veterans Tech Support Classes. Those are hosted at local veteran serving organizations. We had our first success here in Des Moines County by hosting that program at the Burlington VFW post. It was a huge success that other counties were reaching out. They're like, how can we get that here? So we re-implemented down in Lee County just last year, and now they're doing the same program down there. And that's helping to connect veterans who are elderly and who may have troubles navigating and accessing different tech-based healthcare portals. So specifically my health event, when we were able to get individuals from the Iowa City VA healthcare system down to present to our local veterans more than once because we have access to those standing resources.
Are you veteran yourself?
No, I am not.
So what about your
However,
interest in this
both
then?
of my grandfathers are,
Okay.
and like I said, I grew up here in Burlington, and this is my first chance to do some good after graduating, and like, let's run with it and see where it goes. So the veterans in this community and the people that support them, specifically the health advocates across the region, who grabbed home and said, let's do it, yeah. You've got time and resources, we'll see what we can accomplish.
Sounds like you're hitting a home run, lady.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much. Any other questions? Jesse? Anybody on your force?
I got department meeting tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Talk to you. Yep,
You have my contact.
yep.
Would anybody else like my contact information?
I would, please.
Take a card too to have at the front desk.
They took Staples away, and we had previously done all of our cards with them, but I really liked the designs. I took it as an opportunity to include QR codes, which
Oh.
teaching the veterans how to use is pretty funny. But if you scan that, it'll take you to our Facebook page where you'll see all of
Thank-
our most recent action.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'd take one also.
Anybody in the audience?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll take one.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, go to our citizen inquiry. So we have, thank you for your presentation.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have anyone out of the audience that wishes to speak to the council at this point? You need to come up and state your name.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight we have the distinct privilege of honoring someone who has truly woven the values of character, leadership, and service into the very fabric of our community. Many of us know him as the mayor of West Burlington. Many more know him from the classroom where he spent years shaping young minds as a dedicated teacher. Some know him as their scoutmaster and the founder of Troop 214, but underlining all of that, leadership and public service is a foundation that started decades ago. Tonight, we are celebrating an absolutely historic milestone, over 65 years of continuous service and dedication to the Boy Scouts of America. As a representative on behalf of the Mississippi Valley Council, I'd be honored to award Ron Teeter this certificate that commemorates his dedication to Scouting America.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mayor, would you like to step around and get a photo?
Sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Seems like a long time. Any other members out here who would wish to speak to the council? If not, I'll move on to new business. Sure, come on up and tell us who you are. And need to have your name so we have that in the official minutes.
Robert T. It's spelled T-H-I-E.
Mhm.
I live here in West Burlington. If I may, and I don't know if the decisions are already made, I'd like to talk a little bit about this chicken situation we have in town. When I was a young guy, teenager, well, not even before that, my folks had a big Green Gable chicken house. We had a lot of chickens. And chickens are kind of a dirty thing in a way. Their manure is very, very strong. It will make your eyes water when you're cleaning out from underneath the nest, or the roots, I should say. So I have some experience along raising chickens, and it never did seem to be something that worked out very well. It didn't seem like, so my folks, I wasn't in that part of the finance part, so I don't know, we did the dairy business too. But anyway, they are kind of a dirty animal. They're a dumb animal. They will drown in a rainstorm, I'll guarantee you, because of the nose. They drown. They'll pile up. When the chickens are small, because I've seen that happen. But anyway, so I don't know why people will really hard want to raise a bear in town, to be honest with you. I'd almost like to hear from somebody that has been raising them for a couple of years, if it's worthwhile at all. A kid came to my door here about 6 weeks ago, and one sold a couple dozen eggs, and I bought them from her, but they were like $5 for 2 dozen eggs. In the refrigerator, we had eggs for $1 a dozen from Hy-Vee, you know. So, I'm sure it's a tough life to try to make that, so that's my comment on that. This won't take this, won't be, hopefully won't be gonna take up a lot of your time. But the other thing is, the problems we need to a little bit of address as far as going into chickens. Chickens will bring in varmints, they will bring in different things. We do have right now some wild cats in West Burlington that are big enough to carry squirrels across the lawn, because they get chickens. And so I don't know how many that's going to turn out to be. So, I mean, these squirrels are, but these cats are big enough strong enough, you know, but they're wild, you know, I did talk to Adam Sheldon to see if I could catch something, if I get a wild trap or something. They said they can't take any at all, they're way overloaded. So I can see if some chickens out, if you have anything like that, they're gonna have to be really, gonna be tough. The other thing of it is, the chicken yards I've always been around, and I don't know, is I don't want the city, the backyards to look like a barnyard. Because the chickens will remove the grass, you're gonna have brown dirt, and you're gonna have, I don't know what kind of a building. A nice building out there at the farm store, it's like $600 for a small building. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I don't want to have the backyards, because our backyard is right next to it. We got a gazebo, we got a table, and we do eat out there some. As I mentioned, the manure is very strong. There was a mention about it, it's worthwhile because manure it does make things grow. And I guarantee you, it does make things grow. You put it in your cornfield, it makes things grow. But you put it on the garden plot where you raise vegetables, I think it's really not a good situation. For example, I'll never forget these things. One of the first things that I got in Japan in 1957, they told us don't eat anything that is grown in ground because of the problems with eating it. It's going to get you sick. Because, and I think this is going to be the same thing with chicken manure. If you put it on the ground and pull your radishes and onions and various things out of the ground, you're going to be pulling up through a layer of manure if you put this layer on your garden. That's my thinking. I have done some of that work a little bit, but that is real. I'm not to the point where I can guarantee that is going to be a problem, but I sure wouldn't want to pull my vegetables out of after we spread on the dirt on there. And I don't know if there's a rule for the buildings, if the buildings will look good in the fencing where the chickens are held. I don't want a barn back there and a fence. You do have to have a reliable thing though to keep like I say, the coons and all the animals and things. But I think if we get a lot of chickens in town, it's going to have a tendency to bring more animals into the city. I think the other thing I want to comment about too is between the smell is we're going to have a lot of flies, more flies. They attract flies, especially in wet weather and things like that. Those flies build up and grow in manure. The other thing I'd be a little concerned is setback. I know there's been some different comments about different amounts. One that really concerned me was when they said we're talking about maybe a 10-foot setback. Well, this is 6 foot setback. So you're going to have 4 more feet out of it. That's not very far from your neighbor's property, I don't think. I just think that needs to be at least in the center of the person's got the chicken house. I think it should be in the center of their backyard, not over next to one of the other neighbors. And then I think that's been addressed too about how big a minimum size yard you should have. There has also been a couple other comments about is the value of the homes in the city. Personally, if my neighbor's kids would like to have a few little chickens, I guess I wouldn't necessarily like it, but I'm not going to get real up and strong about it because, you know, was 4-H'ers, and I was leader for over 20 years out there, and been to the fairs many years, and I do know Chip is still out there at the fair to show, and the kids can learn a lot in 4-H, but I just think that we're moving too much barnyard into the city, and that's my concern. I thank you very much for listening. But I'd sure be interested to see, chickens, there's sometimes they lay pretty good, but then they go into this smoke thing, and that's when they slow down the production. And I don't see how a person can raise eggs, and I'd like to say that's really I'd be interested. If somebody ever was doing this for the last few years, if they could say what it costs to actually raise a dozen eggs. Because I know they was charging me $2.50 for a dozen eggs. And I don't blame them. I didn't want to turn the girl down, but I did have to turn her down another time. But, because we was getting 2 eggs in the refrigerator for one time. I do appreciate your listening to all this. But the animal thing really has got to be a little bit of a concern right now. And they did tell me at the animal thing out there that they thought they would be lowering their numbers down maybe in a month, but then they said it starts picking back up toward winter. That's just what they told me. So I don't know whose responsibility is the kind of landowner's responsibility to try to catch these cats. I mean, they're not my cats, they're not our neighbor's cats. But,
It's an issue that we as a council are really dealing with. We're trying to make an improvement in that. So I think we have some meetings coming up in a month or so. So, yeah, I mean, we are aware of that problem.
I'm sure, I'm sorry, I said that it's stuffed up because I mean, everybody's got a little bit of a situation. So, thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. No other citizen inquiries. I'll move on to new business. All right, first thing is we have consider hiring KVOV pump service for well number 5 abandonment project.
We have some old business. You go back. under
Oh,
old
I'm
business.
sorry, you're right. I do have an old business. We just don't usually have those very often. We consider a resolution authorizing the execution of a RISE program agreement with the Iowa Department of Transportation for the Industrial Park Access Road Project.
Motion to approve.
All right,
We approved it at the last meeting, but in that paperwork, it asked for a formal resolution, and we didn't do it by resolution last time, so that's just cleaning that up. so.
okay. So really, there's nothing different than what we've
No,
already.
nothing changed on the,
All right. Well, then, I'm assuming there won't be any discussion from anyone. So let's go ahead and have a roll call.
Covert,
Aye.
Connor,
Aye.
Please,
Aye.
Newberry.
Aye.
Diaz.
Aye. Motion carries. Now I can move on to new business. Chase, what is that company's first name? Is that,
I think it's Cahoy, but I'm not 100% sure how you pronounce it.
okay. Well, we'll consider hiring them for well number 5 in the abandonment project at $63,636.
Motion approved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this?
I liked your number better.
Yeah.
That's just a cap it. We're doing all the demolition on the building and taking the fence down. That's just strictly them pulling the pump and capping it. It's like over 2,000 feet deep, so.
Well, seeing nothing, I will call for a voice vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Number 2, consider the purchase of a cargo trailer for the sewer camera from Tom Ann Auto.
Billman, yep.
Motion approved.
Second.
And second.
Just, again, it's a trailer, it's budgeted for, it's a trailer to put our camera in. It'll save the camera, because right now it's going back and forth out of a truck. I know there's only one truck that we can put it in, because it has a lift gate that lifts it up, and it'll allow us to do it year-round, so winter, summer. And it'll make the camera last longer.
Any others discussion? Seeing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Number 3, consider professional services agreement with Snyder and Associates for engineering services related to the Mount Pleasant Street Water Main Improvement Project.
So moved.
Support.
Motion and support. Any discussion on this? Seeing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Number 4, discuss wages for elected officials.
Some time ago, you'd asked me to gather some information up, and obviously, when this is considered by a current council, it does not take effect until a new council is seated. The first list, well, there's a couple lists on here. First list on here is information that I've gathered. The second list was provided to me, a copy of which was provided to me, and those are larger communities. So I tried to get a good mix of folks, and this is what I was able to get. If you change anything, even if you keep the same dollar figure amounts, I'd suggest you move to annual versus per meeting. It just make it much simpler from a tracking and payroll perspective. So, but based on just taking a quick glance at this information included in here, 5,000 and 2,500 seems to be a pretty common average for smaller communities. There's a 4,800, but gather the information up, and it's all yours.
Well, I'll start. I'm in favor of this, and I think this is the timing of it, because there's 3 of us up here that will be up for election that this may not affect. So I think that's the appropriate time to vote on it, because it would then not be for us, and then unless we were reelected. I think it's funny when you look at compensation, anytime we discuss staff, the list is much larger communities, and we don't really look at the smaller communities as because of our daytime, we have so many people here, and we have all these things that we do that other places don't. And so I think if we're going to continue to have great people run for office, we need to have a little bit of a compensation, so at least they can offset some of their time, maybe pay somebody to mow their lawn while they're sitting here in a meeting. And as those costs go up, I think our cost needs to go up a little bit too. So I don't think it needs to be a huge increase, but I think in 2028, I think we should see a little increase.
The larger ones are on page 95, communities. Other than on that page, North Liberty, I know is incorrect. It's on the back. It's the very last item that I have. They just recently updated to 12 and 5.
Any other comments? Seems as if we've been under inflation for a good number of years now. And it's been a little while since we raised any kind of rates on council members.
You want me to bring back, is it a resolution or amendment? Code?
It's an ordinance, I believe.
Ordinance, I believe, yeah, ordinance. Would you like us to bring back an ordinance? And if so, is there a certain amount or for consideration, or you want to think on it and let us know later?
Is there a possibility we could get a, per council member, amount over the last 3 years and what they've been paid?
Kind of an
because we
average?
go by meeting, and so,
Average?
yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
I think when I started, I was making $20 or $25 a meeting.
Mhm. And I thought and they went up $5.
Yeah, that's all they went up. I think we're pretty competitive compared to what I've seen. Getting paid per meeting. Thinking if anything, probably the mayor needs to go bump up to $2 per capita. Because you're involved in quite a bit more stuff than some of us.
Well, go ahead and give us some suggestions on, I really think a yearly salary is better than just per meeting. I mean, that's why I was looking for.
Just
an average.
it's simpler for payroll perspective.
Yeah.
But whatever you do, even if you don't change the dollar amount, just changing it to an annual amount would be nice.
What's our current annual, do you know? If you did current,
$50 a month, per meeting total? We can get you the 3-year total, or 3-year totals or averages, for council and mayor, but
So when was the last time that there was an increase? I know it's been it's been more than 5.
Yeah, it's been a while for sure, yeah.
it's got to at least be around $900 to $900 to $1,200 based on budget and annual meetings.
And this isn't just a small town out in the middle of nowhere, it's got big city issues to deal with.
Maybe we can have some of that corporate money come in to help.
In addition to the average, you want the same information back on there for discussion, or would you like us to put an ordinance in front of you?
Well, I would like to see what you come up with. I mean, I'm satisfied with $50 a meeting, but
if everybody's good, that's good. I just figured it would be another 4 years until we can
Either way, I could
discuss
put,
this.
we could put an ordinance together, changing it to annual. Is there any objection to that? Using the average amount? At least do that, and then if you wish to change it that night, you can, take a look at these numbers, and somebody can make a motion on a larger amount as well. You can make a motion that night, or reading number 2 as well. But we'll get the averages, so that we provide an accurate number for an annual amount.
And then add in when the last time there was any increase, I mean, a year.
Would you bring more details back on the mayors as well? Would you bring us more detail? Because if anything, I think that's where
Oh, I
I'd
was
be
gonna do both, yes.
leaning to.
Yeah, averages on both, yep.
You're trying to get me to stay around?
If that's
All
all
right.
it takes. So.
Both would be counts, I think. So, with that, then we'll just move on to our second reading of an ordinance adopting regulations for keeping urban chickens within the city limits.
I think at this point, when we discussed it at the last meeting and my secretary over there was taking notes, there were some changes that we wanted to it. He said, go ahead and pass the first reading and then we'll make the changes, but the changes didn't really occur that we talked about. So I think maybe at this point, I would like to table this and have a work session where we as a council can sit and discuss it better instead of waiting for someone to propose something and then we vote on it. Because it's a hodgepodge of this and that and this and that, and I would like to have write our own.
So would you
ordinance.
like to make a motion, we table this?
I make a motion to table it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. We've had some discussion on this already, so, any other discussion?
I agree with Teresa that instead of relying entirely on our, like Greg and Kelly, just let us do it
Okay.
and work this out. Be a little bit more fair to them and we're the ones doing it.
So we have a work session on the 15th at our next council meeting. Do you want to do it on an off meeting night, or would you like to do it at the following council meeting?
I'm assuming that maybe I better have the vote on this first.
I'm sorry. Oh, on the table?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
All in favor of tabling this, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Motion does carry. So this is tabled. Work session dates.
So the 15th is the next council meeting, but we do have the work session ahead of time with the school district on the 15th. So we could do it, our first meeting in August, or we could find a separate, oftentimes they're Tuesday nights, or we can find a different night, off meeting night to do it. What's your preference?
I would like to see this come to a head, and the sooner the better, in my opinion.
I'd like to get it resolved for our citizens. I really do. I mean, so we can give them information. They've waited long enough.
Do you want to try something for next week? That's ahead of the 15th meeting, unless you want to have a
Do the
really...
8th.
Next Wednesday.
Wednesday's the 8th?
The 8th.
Would you like to do the 8th at 5:50? Tony, what time is good for you typically?
Anytime after 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Wednesday at 5 next week?
I have a couple obligations. I'm not sure exactly what date they are, but you're more than welcome to talk about it without me. I think that's probably best.
We'll make sure you're here. It's fine.
I gotta go to that thing with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did that work?
July 8th works for me.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yep.
Then let's set a work session for July the 8th.
What time did you want to start?
Let's try 5 if that's all right with everybody, so we can,
Let's hope we get it resolved on July 8th, get it cleaned up
Yeah.
and done.
Yeah.
So we can get it on the next.
okay. All right,
And
with
move on to
that, then,
trailers.
Yeah.
I believe we have completed our new business. No citizen inquiries at this point. We do have a request to go into closed session in accordance with Iowa Code Section 21.51 J to discuss the purchase of particular real estate where premature disclosure would be relatively or reasonably expected to increase the price of the government body would have to pay for that property. So I would entertain a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
Motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.